Hello, world!
Hello, world!
I'm BackFat.
And I'm BabyBack.
And we're surviving off the fat of the back. Well, in the last episode, we built this monstrous piece of redstone machinery behind us here, which is my silent multi-item sorting system. And right now, as you can see, I'm just throwing a bunch of stuff in here. I'm trying to move all the items over here. I get them, I throw them into that chest up at the top there, that one up there, and they go into the system. They'll just kind of sort their way through. If I have a slot for them, which right now there's only slots in this first chest assigned, or a row of chests assigned. And so right now everything's just kind of stacking itself into the next chest. But I went through and I set it up to test to make sure that every single bay works. And so this thing is ready to go. So we're just getting the items over here. Once we know what kind of items we have is when we'll go and decide what chests they go into. We'll get them all sorted out and get the slots allocated for them. We'll get the items put in the item frames so that we know what's in each chest. That's going to take us a while, and we're going to let that happen in the background while we do some work today. So, sweetheart, we got to finish off this room because we need some bulk storage for things like sand, red sand, dirt, cobblestone, and stone. You know, things of the sort that you get an awful lot of. So we need to build some bays for some bulk storage. Plus, I want to have overflow chests that can catch all of the non-sortable items like enchanted books and tools and the such. So we're going to set that up and connect that to this whole system. And we're going to kind of show you how we do that as we go. First thing we're going to do is lay out the way that the chests are going to be, because we want them to be kind of at a wavy pattern. We don't want them to just be one straight wall of chests. So we're going to lay those out first, and then we're going to start connecting them to hoppers. So let's get to work, sweetheart.
Okay.
Alright guys, now the chests are laid out and you see they kind of move forward and backwards. They're not all just in a straight line. We're going to put item frames on these to signify what's in them. But now we need to connect all the hoppers to the back so that we can set up the actual sorters. So alright sweetheart, let's take a whole bunch of hoppers and start connecting them.
Okay.
So now everyone has a hopper facing into the back of it. All of these ones that are inset here are gonna need one more hopper, so that way the hopper chains all line up and the sorters can line up. Because if you try to make the sorters offset like that, they will interfere with each other and it causes all kinds of problems. Okay, now that we have all those hoppers set up, we want to start building the sorting system. I'm going to grab a couple of items out of our chests here so that we can get working.
Okay.
Alright guys, now we're going to build the first one of these little sorting systems. This was a system designed by Impulse SV. It is a overflow proof system. It's really simple. I've built these things thousands of times. Coming off of your first hopper where your very first chest from the input comes in, you're going to build back 3 blocks. I just throw a piece of dirt right there, a temporary block, because then you want to put blocks on all 3 sides of that so that it's empty. What you do, come back up here. Up here, we're going to need a comparator facing away from the hoppers. And then the rest of the top of this is going to be covered with 1, 2, 3 pieces of redstone. Leading into this comparator right here, we're going to throw a hopper. And then our main line of hoppers is going to go across the top of that. Facing back towards your chests on this block inside here, you're going to have a repeater. And then on this block right here, you're going to have a redstone torch. Alright guys, so the way that this system works is that you'd have an input chest that this line of hoppers across the top here would draw from. When an item gets into this chest, if it can go into this hopper, then it will cause this comparator to extend its signal. Once the signal goes all the way down to the bottom, it'll charge this repeater, which will charge this block, turning off this redstone torch, which uncharges this block, allowing items to go into this row of chests. So it's a pretty nice little system. You can't really break it. It's nice to put a whole bunch of them right side by side, which is what we're going to do next to fill up this whole bay with items. So this will be our bulk sorting system. Items will go through from the main input chest, across the line of hoppers. If it's not bulk, then it'll make it through into this first bay, and then around the chain it goes. So let's finish building the bulk side. What do you think, sweetheart?
Okay.
All right, let's go.
This.
Okay.
Oops. Wrong block.
No.
You're funny.
Alright guys, the whole bulk side of the sorting system is put in here now. We got it all wired up. It's all ready to go, except for it currently is not configured. The way that you configure these modules to know what item goes in is first you have to get a unique block, something that's not going to go through the sorting system. The best way to do that is to take a stack of something common like cobblestone and rename it to something in an anvil. I like to name it sorter, so that's my sorter block. Then what you do is you fill up every slot in this hopper, the ones that are pointing into the comparators. You fill up every slot with those sorter blocks, but you take your first slot and you have to have 41 items in there. You see how I put in more than 41 and it dropped down to 41. If another item of that type goes over that hopper now, it'll drop into the hopper, cause the whole system to work. It'll go up to 42 briefly and then drop right back down to 41. So now the only important thing is never run these sorter blocks through your bulk sorting system. They will mess it up. So we're going to get this whole first bay configured. I think what we're going to do is probably cobblestone. We'll probably put sand and orange sand and sandstone in these middle ones. And then we'll do some of the dirt and other common things around the back here. We've still got to go through and decorate this. We're not quite there yet because we've got to connect this side. We're not going to put any sorters back here. All we're going to do is just let items go in to fill up this side. So this will be for overflow. Any items that aren't configured to be sorted by the rest of the system, or non-sortable items such as tools and enchanted books. So we're gonna real quick throw together one more of these little silent item elevators to get the items up here, set up a hopper chain to get them into these chests, and then we'll be able to decorate this place. Are you excited to decorate, sweetheart?
Yes, I am totally excited.
All right, because once we get this room finished off, we can start building the rest of the castle around it. There'll be a lot of work still to do underneath where in the bottom, because we're going to have items coming up here from way down below in the mines. We'll do that at a later date though, because what I really want to do is start building on top of this room so that we can have a bedroom. I want to move over here. I'm tired of sleeping over there by the sheep. They're noisy and they keep me up at night, and they smell funny. So I can't wait to move into the castle. So let's crank on with getting this sorting system done. Let's build that item elevator. We'll connect the hopper chain to the overflow and non-sortable item system, and then we can start decorating. All right, let's go.
Yay! I'm excited at the decorating part.
So let's build this dropper item elevator. It's another silent one, just like what we got going on in the entire rest of the system. It's basically just this little clock down at the bottom, and then this row of torches and droppers. So the easiest way to go about this is going to be first getting up on top and connecting the hoppers. Okay, so this hopper right here is the target of our dropper elevator. That's where we're going to aim towards. So I'm going to need to clear out just a little bit more space up here. Okay, so we're gonna be starting from right here. Alright guys, we got the whole sorting system all laid out. It is all now a thing. There's items getting into it. It is not configured yet, but it is built and ready to go. We have the bulk sorting system here, just one nice little row for some chests where we're going to need a lot of stuff. We've got 6 of these bays of the silent ones. We've noticed that every so often when there's tick lag, you might hear a couple of clicks. And I've noticed that when that happens, when you do hear clicks, it might be because items are getting stuck in these hoppers. I think I have a solution for that. My short-term solution is that I just put a button on this block right here, which causes a reset on the torch tower. So what my plan is I'm gonna go through and come down here and set up a reset system. So when I'm in the storage room, I can just hit a button and it will go ahead and do that reset for me. And it'll reset all the bays all at once, just to make sure that no items get clogged in there. That's really one of the only flaws that I've found with this system. Another thing that I've decided that I want to do is at the bottom of each bay, I want to put a redstone lamp to let me know if the system is running. So we're going to do that here in a minute, and while I'm working on that, BabyBack is going to start finishing up this room. We're going to work on that a little bit together so she knows what she's going to do, and then I think I might go put in those lights. And we'll get this room all nice and closed up and covered up so you don't see all of these hoppers and nasty redstone. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna put some stairs going up on either side here, because that's gonna be the first floor of our castle up on top of this sorting system, and that's where we're gonna put our bedroom. I'm very excited to have a place to sleep that's not by the sheep. So, alright, sweetheart. Let's get some stuff out of our storage system here and let's get to work. You gotta be real careful when you get items out of this system when it's running, because if you take everything out of a slot, it will get filled up by whatever's going in the system behind it. See, like that redstone tried to do. So what I like to do is I hit the square button on the PS4, and that allows me to take whatever, half of whatever is in the stack. Oh, see, I went and did it. Alright, BabyBack, we got ourselves a floor up here just in time for us to make our beds. So let's go ahead and slap those down there. And we gotta wait just a little bit longer. It's not quite nighttime yet, but we can set our spawns over here.
We can still go to bed.
Yeah, so now we can finally set our spawns over at the castle, and we're no longer sleeping with the sheep. Oh, that was nice.
That was nice.
And so the next step, what we have left to do, today we're going to just finish off these walls and close all this up. And what that leaves for us is next episode is to start building the rest of the castle. We got to make some stairs to get us up here to that floor. We got to build some towers, some castle walls. We got a lot of stuff to do. And that means in between episodes, we need to get this sorting system all configured and filled up with our items. And we're going to have to go and get ourselves some more sand. So, real quick, let's go and throw some walls around this thing just to close it up and cover up all the rest of that redstone, sweetheart.
Okay.
Alright, guys, we did it. We finally did it. I have a sorting system. I have a place for all my stuff to go. I am so excited. I feel like I can finally really start playing this game now. I mean, it's really hard to have to dig through chest after chest after chest to try and find whatever it is that you're looking for. It's just so annoying. And I love being able to just walk up and say, hey, I want some of this stuff, and there it is. I like when I'm done with my build or whatever I'm doing, to just be able to say, all right, here's all my leftover stuff. Now you go into the chests where you belong, and it does it all by itself. I am so excited. We have all these chests for multi-item. We have a lot of room for overflow and non-stackable stuff. And we have a ton of space for bulk storage. It's going to be so great. We're going to have it automatically bring us stuff from the monster farm, from the witch farm when we're done with it. It's going to automatically bring stuff over from the guardian farm, as well as when we build this passive mob farm over there. You see that little square piece of grass over there? That will someday be a passive mob farm, so we no longer have to take care of making our own meat. It'll do it for us automatically. And all that meat will come over here all by itself. So we made sure to leave a little bit of room in the back here, because we have to have an item elevator bring stuff up from way down below in the mines. The way that we're going to get it up here is we still have that little island down there. You can't even see it. Our whole castle's in the way now. But we still have our starter island down at the bottom there. You can't even see it. But we're gonna just extend that minecart elevator all the way up here to the castle. And then we're gonna surround it in a gigantic, enormous tree that's gonna be holding up this entire thing. That's going to be happening later, but before we do that, I want to build some fancy stairs so that we can get from down here to up where our beds are now. And I want to build us some castle walls. So I can't wait for the next episode. It's when we get to really start building ourselves a castle. Are you excited there, sweetheart?
I'm really excited!
Yeah, you've been wanting to build a castle forever, and I know you're happy to finally have at least one ceiling above your head. I want to build this castle all the way up to the clouds. So guys, if you like this sorting system and you like the work that we've been doing, then please make sure you click that like button.
And that subscribe button.
And leave us a comment and let us know what you think of how we're doing. Alright guys? And we'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.